Okay, this next test is a vocal test. I am using a Studio Project C1 condenser mic, which looks like this here. And it is running through a Toft Audio ATC2. I'm using only the preamp channel. And it is not using compression or any EQ. This is just the straight mic going through the preamp. In addition, the output of the preamp is going directly into the 1176 here, and it's currently set to bypass mode. What I have set up in terms of the input and the output is, let's see, I'm going to set the attack to be about 12 o'clock. I'll do the release relatively fast. It's set to a 4:1 ratio. Generally don't like to go more than that when I'm dealing with vocals. I'll also back off the output just a touch. And that's going to be our stock settings. And again, the input is relatively low because I don't want it to kick in too hard initially. So, given that, I'm going to go ahead and engage the compressor. And you can see that it will be doing some peak leveling already. I have my voice, the microphone very close to my mouth right now, so that's why it should be fairly active. If I turn it off, you can see that it is no longer compressing any of the peaks and what have you. So what I will do, I'm going to back off the input just a tad so we get a little less activity initially, and I'll bump the output gain a little bit. And what I'm going to do now is, attempt to have some kind of vocal activity. So pardon my suck. It's early in the morning, and I'm definitely not so warmed up as it is. Okay, so here we go. Leaves are falling all around. I think it's time I was on my way. Thanks to you, I'm much obliged for such a pleasant stay. But now it's time for me to go. The autumn moon lights my way. But now I smell the rain, and with it pain, and it's headed my way. Oh, sometimes I grow so tired. You know, one thing I gotta do is ramble on. Well, the time is now, and now is the time I gotta sing my song. I'm going around the world and on the world and on my way. It's been this way 10 years to the day I gotta ramble on. I gotta find the queen of all my dreams. Okay, so there we go. That was one test. As you can see, I probably don't remember the actual lyrics, but that's fine. Also, I can go ahead and do another test, and what I'll do is just vary the controls so you can see how it's hitting. If I put it back to slow release and a slow attack, it's going to pretty much compress everything. So anyway, here we go. And as you can tell, when I put it into VU mode, it actually is working a lot better than with the snare track, simply because the output level is higher and it's actually registering higher. So if I hit this pretty hard, hey, you can see it's actually going to be doing what it should be doing. The snare track was actually running a little bit lower signal, so that's why you didn't see a lot of activity when I had it on the snare track. But anyway. So this is now gain reduction mode. I'm going 4:1. I'm actually going to try to do the release a little bit less fast. So you can see the needle is staying pretty much consistent once it hits a peak. If I do a really fast attack, it's pretty much going to compress everything. If I do a slower attack, it'll take longer to engage. So I mean, basically, if I do, this is not compressed, this is compressed, you can see that the signal is going to drop a little bit. So not is not. So you can tell it's definitely engaging. So what I'll do is I'll run the attack, fairly fast with the slower release, and I'll try to do that same test. Okay, here we go. Leaves are falling all around. I think it's time I was on my way. Well, thanks to you, I'm much obliged for such a pleasant stay. But now it's time for me to go. The autumn moon lights my way. But now I smell the rain, and with it pain, and it's headed my way. Oh, sometimes I grow so tired. You know one thing I gotta do? Ramble on. The time is now. Now's the time, and I gotta sing my song. I'm going around the world, on my world and on my way. Well, it's been this way 10 years to the day. I gotta ramble on. I gotta find the queen of all my dreams. So you can see it's actually clamping down pretty heavily on that signal, so it's going to level pretty much any peak that happens. And I have the attack fairly fast right now, and the release is, as slow as it can possibly be. So, wow! It's going to totally clamp down on that. If I let it up a bit, wow! Sorry, that was the attack. If I let the release up a bit, it's definitely going to pump more. You can hear some of the background noise coming up, and wow! So it'll definitely hit the peaks. Wow! And that's how that's going to work. So that's pretty much... Okay, I'll do a fast release, about a mid-level attack, which is kind of how I like the vocals, maybe a little less fast on the release, and set this at a much higher ratio, which I generally don't recommend for vocals, but as you can tell, it's way more active compared to the input signal. It's very much clamping down, so backing off the input is going to be a good thing here. So at 20-1, I'll do one last little test here. So let's check the levels. This is uncompressed. This is compressed. Uncompressed, compressed. And here we go. Leaves are falling all around. I think it's time I was on my way. Well, thanks to you, I'm much obliged for such a pleasant stay. And now it's time for me to go. The autumn moon lights my way. But now I smell the rain, and with it pain, and it's headed my way. Oh, sometimes I grow so tired. Well, you know one thing I gotta do is ramble on. Well, the time is now, and now's the time to sing my song. I'm going around the world, and on my world, I said, on my way. Well, it's been this way 10 years to the day. I gotta ramble on. I gotta find the queen of all my dreams. Okay, so there we go. That is the unit in action. Hopefully this will give you a good indication of what it's capable of. And I hope you enjoy it.